Hi everyone, my name is Sha. I'm 16. I'm the first sibling in a footprint coming family, and today I'm here to share a little bit some of my answers to you guys.
Hai semuanya, Alhea here editing. Sebelum kita mulai videonya, kita udah sediain kok subtitles yang bahasa Indonesia. Tinggal diklik aja tombol subtitles di kanan bawah, dan semoga ke-translate ke bahasa Indonesia ya. Jangan lupa follow our Instagram @footprintkami. You'll get our newest updates and feel free to DM us too. Check out my website at www.alheahoutman.com. You can chat with me there, and hopefully you'll enjoy reading some of my stories.
Okay, so originally my mom and dad are actually very adventurous and very connected to nature. So I guess that's why how this idea all started. And from that, I guess it also grew onto us. We love being out in nature, we love being outdoors, we love having activities that has a relation with nature, and then that's why we also love traveling. So I guess from a hobby and from just a basic interest, I get that gradually developed into something weird and rare like this. And so yeah, I guess that's how it all happened. We did have a few trials or practice routes, I guess. Like for example, we went to from Kalimantan to Malaysia to Brunei and went back with our car.
Jembatan Sungai Kapuas.
Oh, ini Sungai Kapuas nih.
Ya.
Jembatannya panjang besar. Tuh, lihat
Ini
tuh.
Sungai Kapuasnya. Terkenal.
Besar. Iya makanya manis. Pegang lah, pegang. Manis.
And then also we went around the Java island.
Hi Zach. Hello. Where are you going? And to the and also we're gonna go to the forest, you know? Look, yeah.
That's also one of our practice. And then also when we went to America, to East Coast and West Coast, we explored each coasts with a rental car, but we also had to road trip, which is very long. And I guess it's our typical type of traveling, because our traveling style in general is very different to other families, I believe.
Abang, what are you doing? Hello everybody. Hi. Video. Jadi, are you okay?
Deg-degan.
Kita pakai mobil two wheel drive, jadi nggak double garden, jadi susah ngerem.
Banyak tuh preset. Tuh, tractionnya nggak ada tuh. Preset ya tuh.
Kamu nggak bisa ngeliat hujan saljunya sih, kelihatan nggak sih hujan saljunya? So white. Gemma.
main goal is always for that different experience, that once in a lifetime opportunity. Like for example, during our time in America, we visited Florida, and then we joined NASA's Kennedy Space Center, which was a very once in a lifetime opportunity, because at that time we were like the only Asian student there, and it was like a very different thing to experience, because there in NASA they don't only like give you knowledge about what goes on in space or what goes on to what is it like to be an astronaut, but they also demonstrate, they also give us that real life experience on what it's really like out there. Not just about the science thing, but we also learn about the technical things, like for example how we eat, how the food has to be like compressed because that is not compatible in outer space, what it feels like to eat the food, and then how it's like to actually produce the food, how it's like to go to the toilet, what it's like to brush your teeth, all those kind of demonstrations. And it's great to see how the world is innovating new things every day, and that it's like a really huge step, especially that I came from not knowing anything about space or like just how the world works in general. And I also actually got to be able to practice what it's like to be in the launching room, and it was also it was very interesting to experience that. So I guess the main thing about that is just that it's a very futuristic thing to like understand, especially as a kid, and it's great to learn such innovative things internationally. Learned that NASA takes a big part of like the world, you know, and it's very new to us, and it impacted us and gave so much insight to us. So it was something new, but I wasn't surprised because even Daddy already have that type of mindset and already had a different style of traveling in general, so I wasn't really surprised. But it was like a 50-50 kind of reaction, I guess, because I was kind of like scared, but at the same time excited, because we don't know what's gonna happen. You know, like going through different countries, different cultures. What am I gonna do if I get lost? What am I gonna do if I starve? What am I gonna do if I meet people and I can't interact with them? So like, you know, there's like, it's a bittersweet reaction, so yeah. Okay, so thankfully, I'm grateful that all of me and my sibling schools are all very supportive and showing so much trust to us, because what we had to elaborate to them is that this trip is not just something that like, oh, we're going on a holiday. It's something that we don't learn in school. It's something that has to be more than just learning in a classroom. Like the whole experience is like your presence. Your presence is essential to this whole experience. So I guess which is why our school was very understanding.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay, so shout out to Erodi Indonesia, my school. It's an art school, actually art and science school, which is project-based and a very democratic systemed school. So I guess that's one of the reasons why they became so supportive to me, because one of their goals as a school is to actually purposely facilitate each and one students for what they specifically need. So I guess it was easier for me to elaborate what I really wanted to do, and which is why it's easier for them to understand that, and I'm grateful for that, so thank you. So to prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally, we talked to one of our dearest psychologists, Tante Sani. We had to had a few discussions, had a few kind of conversations to actually know how to resolve our problems more better, and yeah, as a family especially, so yeah. Of course, because we're siblings and we fight all the time, and then also with our family, of course there's going to be like agreements, disagreements and all that, so it's not something to be afraid of because it's natural, but again, things would just gradually resolve as it goes on.
Kenapa itu? Minta maaf karena apa itu?
Coba jadi sedih.
Hanya dipukul ya.
So, which is why we also one of our biggest life motto is sampe, which is a word from Haka, our very, very dear senior Overlander, which we learned so much from him. Sampe is a phrase that we use along our way in our journey, which means in Bahasa or in a Muslim phrase ikhlas, which means we're just go with the flow. You don't have to rush, you can't be too much idealistic. Yeah, you just gotta adapt to it. Okay, so for those who are looking forward to actually being an Overlander, I say you just go for it, especially if you think it's a right timing, because I don't think there's a standard or a certain quality that you must have to be an Overlander. You just, as long as you feel like you're ready to see the unfiltered world, you feel like you already have a broad mindset or an open mind, I feel like that's when you actually feel like, I think that's the right time for you to actually explore the world, because while you're open-minded and actually wanting to absorb more information and knowledge about the world, I guess overlanding is one of the best ways to get that knowledge about the world and everything about the world. So I say just go for it. Okay, thank you guys for watching. So these are the current questions that I could answer for now, but if you want to see more answers to your question, will be in the next video, so stay tuned. Like, comment and subscribe, and comment down your feedbacks, comment down your thoughts. We're always open for any of your thoughts or suggestions. So yeah, thank you, bye.